Welcome to this look at a new mod map on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. This is Araguaia Valley Map. This is set in Brazil, in the region of the Vale do Araguaia, which corresponds, it says in here, to three cities that are divided by the Garças River and the Araguaia River. Quite significant rivers, actually, within Brazil. Araguaia means river of the macaws. At least that's what it says it means. So the map itself looks like this. I'm on new format, as I often do my map tours. Now this is by AraguaiaGames, 92.22 megabytes download. On new farmer we start with this plot up here. This plot will set you back 140,849. That's where the main farm area is. Now as you can see, there's one field. There are no contracts available on this map because there are no other fields other than that one. But all of these plots, as we go around, they're quite expensive, but they're big open areas which give you the possibility for then building, placing, creating fields, whatever you want to do really. So north we've got some smaller plots which are a little bit more manageable and not as expensive, obviously. And then we've got two large forested areas. There's a lot of escarpments around here. One thing I will say, having kind of been around to familiarise myself with the map, in places it feels a little bit contrived, a little bit forced, in that you're forced to go certain routes and certain ways, hemmed in by fencing and things like that. And also the terrain, undulating is the wrong word for it, it's treacherous in places. So anyway, I'm going to open the map there. We're going to start down here on foot, and I'm going to take in a couple of the sell points, or one of the sell points. And then I'm going to jump up to the main farm. We'll start there and we'll do the route round. So this is kind of the main town area. And just up on the hill here, you can see the first of kind of the escarpments we come across, really. And there are quite a few of them, which does, like I say, it does force you down certain routes and ways around the map. There's nothing to say you can't landscape, add some bits in, put some ramps or whatever you want to. That being said, I will explain something else in just a moment. Fuel point here. Now the fuel point does have a biomethane point as well. There's an electric charge point. We've got a jet wash just over here, and then behind it we've got the fast food restaurant sell point. So we are currently here. Now, as I was saying about being able to build on certain things, if we click back onto here, you will see all this main section. I'm right clicking here. We've got a lot of sell points here in big open areas. You can't buy any of it. So all these plots here where you think, oh, I could put a place for, I could put some stuff there. Unfortunately, you can't. So that will be a problem with some of the escarpments and stuff. I think there's an escarpment that runs along here. So as I was just saying, yeah, maybe putting ramps and stuff in, it's not going to be that straightforward. There are some other plots we'll have a look at as we go around. So from here, I'm going to jump to the main farm, and then we'll do the route round. We are going to come back past here in a little while and across the bridge. I will see you momentarily. We are now at the main farm. If we go back to the map, we are here, just up at the farmhouse. We'll talk about slot counts in just a second. The farmhouse isn't here on Farm Manager or Start from Scratch. None of the stuff here is available. Now, again, like I said, the plot is 140,000, but if you buy that plot on Farm Manager and Start from Scratch, the buildings don't appear. They're not here at all. So if you want all of the stuff that's here at the start, you're going to want to be on New Farmer. As far as mods go, the map makers put in, there aren't any. All of the buildings are all standard in-game stuff. The one thing there is under build mode, if we go along to decoration, landscaping, and under plants, we've got an extra grass texture. We often get the meadow texture, which has flowers and stuff in it. This has got a grass texture in it as well. That's the only thing that's been put in by the map maker. There's no vehicles, machine, or anything like that. So sleep trigger is just here. Grab the pickup, and we've got our wardrobe trigger just to the side there. So the slot count on New Farm is 1,022. Not too high, not too heavy. On Farm Management Start from Scratch, it's 824. So when you come onto here, on the other two game modes, you don't have any of the vehicles and machinery we're going to have a look at in just a second, and none of these buildings are here. None of the buildings, none of the animal pens, the greenhouses. On New Farm we start with two greenhouses, which we're going to get to in just a second as well. If I just pop that there, leave the engine running. So we have got horses. This will hold 5. It's a pasture, so it's going to require water as well. 5 horses. If we jump over here, we've got a large greenhouse and a medium greenhouse. that, as I said, we do start with on New Farmer, so we've got them there already. They just need water adding in, and you can get those running straight away. Cow barn, it's not one with a robot, it's a standard one that will hold 80 cows. Chickens over the back. That chicken pen will do 30 chickens. Yes, 30 chickens, pretty sure it is. We jump back into the pickup. We have a 250,000 litre hayloft, which is just there. We've got a Farmer 800 silo, standard in-game silo, 800,000 litre capacity. We come round to here, which I'm going to stop just here in a second. We've got some of our machinery and equipment. Our pig pen over here. This will hold 30 pigs. And as you can see, machinery and equipment under the shelters and in the barn space here. We've got 2 tractors and we have a harvester. So as I said, as far as slot counts go, if we go down to our start machinery on New Farmer, we've got a Massey Ferguson 5S, we've got a Massey Ferguson 3670, we've got a Rosselmash Nova 330 harvester, the pickup that we're already in, we've got a Cramped half-pipe HP20 trailer, corn header, plough. No, don't have a regular header, corn header, because you've got corn that you start off with. We've got an Agromash Falcon 3 planter, front load equipment, front load tools, and weights. Not a huge amount of stuff, but if I come back to about here and look that way. So if you do come onto your farm manager and start from scratch, slot count 824, and it will look a little bit like this. Okay then, let's carry on around the map. Trying to remember the route around. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to mention. All of this, if you come onto a New Farmer and you want some of the buildings, but not all of the buildings, they can be demolished. There are fences in a lot of places. You are going to need to own the land, but I have also checked here the fence that's around the cornfield. If I go to landscape and demolish, the fencing can be removed. So if you don't want the fencing around your field, you can get rid of it, and the gate as well. Again, it's entirely up to you, but it is possible to remove the fencing should you wish. Out from here, we're going to head north. You can see the river just there. We're going to get onto the northern part of the map in a little while, but we're just going to head out to the vehicle shop. I will also say in places, but because of the escarpments and stuff, it's, when I say clunky, sometimes I refer to clunky when sometimes you've got roadways and stuff that are very sharp angled. In some places on the map, the roadways and pathways are incredibly steep. Not that's a problem, but I'm just pointing out that they are. And some of them are really overgrown. Finding the roadways where it shows on the map is not always as straightforward as you might think. So vehicle workshop, or vehicle store should I say, the vehicle store is just here. The vehicle workshop trigger is just here. This is also the reset point, so if you need to reset anything, this is where it will be. So having said that, where are we? We come from the main farm, out here, across there, and we're just here. If we zoom out the map, you'll see just out here on the eastern side of the map, not as far north as you can go, but up by the river. We're going to head back from here, and then we're going to go cross country, and we're going to head down to the bottom, to the southeast corner of the map, and then we will carry on from there. I'm going to cut across different parts of the map because otherwise it's going to be a lot of out and back kind of thing, but you'll see as we go. I'll show you on the map where we are. As you can see, there's a lot of bushes, a lot of ground cover. Again, certain plots you can't buy, so you won't be able to do anything about it, but other plots you will be able to, and you can landscape those out, grass over them, whatever you want to do with them. Of course, it's your choice. From here then, I'm going to cut out and go across country. Unfortunately, because of where this escarpment lies, I probably should be going out to the roadway. We'll go this way, it's fine. We can get up to the top of it. Coming back down the other side might be a little hairy. But as you can see, these open plots, as we come to the south of the map, are very open. Plenty of scope for creating your own fields and placeables and things like that. You know, landscaping shouldn't be a problem as long as you own the land. These bits are very undulating, nice sweeping sort of meadows and fields and stuff like that. There are some bits which are a little bit more severe. So we're going to head down here to this track. Put the lights on. And we're going to take the left fork here, because there's a little plot up here. It's only 15,000 to buy, just over 15,000. We wind our way through here. Now I thought it was going to be a rock quarry. I mean, it looks like lime to me. It's white, and it doesn't look like the rock texture we normally get. So through here we've got a lime quarry. If you want lime for doing liming of your fields, that's fine. But if you want to just sell it, there is so much here that you can come and collect. Wheel loaders or buckets or conveyor belts, whatever you want. There's more than 15,000 pounds, euros or dollars worth of lime, as you can see in that quarry. And we can swing all the way around down to the bottom. If you want to do a bit of lime work, you can. We are currently here, and that plot there is 15,707. So yeah, you'll get way more than that if you sell it, or you can just take it to back to your farm and store it and use it if you want to lime your fields. From here, we come back around. Oh, there are collectibles. It does say on the map. It says there are 20. I haven't come across one yet, but in the page the page that says, where are we? There we go. Over to the right hand side, bottom of the right hand side, it says collectibles collected 0 out of 20. I would imagine it's going to be like Obeleron maps like that, where they're going to be about 50 grand a pop, I would think. Like I said, I haven't found one yet, so it's difficult to know. If I come across one while I'm going around, I will click on it and we'll see. But no spoilers, because I haven't found one. Okay, so we come in through here, and we are now at, this is the lime station and debris crusher. So lime station is just around the side there. And bear in mind, we've just come from a lime quarry where you can pay 15 grand and get as much as you want. It's your choice, of course. You might want to not do any of that. And then we've got our debris crusher just here. Again, I think this is another one where the problem you've got is, yeah, we can't buy this plot. So I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. We've got a debris crusher. You can put one of the ones in that makes lime as well. So not only can we buy lime, we can get lime from that quarry. We can make our own. You're not going to be able to put it in here. Now, the maps, I say not deceiving. To me, it was deceiving. I looked and thought, oh, that's cool. There's a route through. If we look here, where the river comes down, I thought, well, there might be a route across here. It's tenuous at best. What we're going to do is whiz across here to this point. This is all escarpment with forestry on it as well, which we're going to come back along the side of it, which is going to bring us back down to the middle. But yeah, for the time being, we're going to whiz across the back of there. There is kind of a route through, but as I said, some of the bits are a little bit unforgiving. You probably need something with a bit better suspension than I've got on here. It's very bumpy, hard to see because of all the bushes, but you haven't got to go through the river where it's, you know, it can be too deep, and you know, they get those messages, don't drive too deeply or you'll drown. Right, this is up here. I know it's not pretty, but so there's the escarpment we were just talking about. So the escarpment up there, and that's got forestry on it, as you can see. Trees up the top there. Got a large rock. I'm going to drive past on the way through. Actually, that would be an ideal location for a collectible, wouldn't it? A rock that stands out somewhere. I assume we're looking for cartridges. It's not to say that we are. So I've probably already been past some already. You may have already noticed them, but I thought it might be worth a look. I always try to go down the route of, okay, if I was going to place collectibles around the map, where would I put them? Where would be interesting locations? It's not always the case, but sometimes. Okay. Maybe there is. So, continuing across the southern part of the map. Plenty of space for doing whatever you want to do. There's forestry there if you want to do it, you don't have to do it. Right, there's a track just here. There we go. Go down the track. We come to the livestock market. So we've got a livestock market, animal dealer point is just there. Buying, selling of animals. And then we've got the livestock market sell point. So that will be under there, under your prices page. If we go down to something like Sugar Beet Cut, right hand side, livestock market, Obeleron. So that's a sell point just tucked away in here. Back out from here. So now we're going to head back up towards that escarpment, back towards the centre of the map where the bridges are. Across the bridges, and we're going to do the northern half of the map. As you can see, a lot of these tracks are very overgrown. But again, because there's certain parts of them you can't buy, there's not a lot you're going to be able to do about that. Some of these tracks as well are very bumpy. It's going to make the transportation of goods interesting, to say the least. I think I just need to follow this. I'm also going to try and cut across, but it kind of makes more sense. It seems we've got some steep bits either side. Now, one thing I haven't come across is a biogas plant. I haven't found one. I looked at a couple of plots. There's one plot which is a kind of a placeables point, which we're going to get to in a little while. But like I say, it's happened before where I've missed it completely, but I have kind of checked the map and been around. So this is where we started. We walked up this bit and I said we were going to come back past here. So we're going to cross over in just a moment. Just here. This right hand turning will take us out to the farm. So the main farm where we were a little while ago. But there is a sell point here that I want to go to just up here, which is Le Jardin de Fermière Farm Shop. Just on the left hand side there. You've got your sell point inside, as it is on Obeleron. Your sell point just through there, which is for your regular kind of crop types, grains and things like that. And then they usually have a sell point around the back. There you go. For your palletized items, things on pallets. That's normally there. From here, we'll go back across. Just back across there, avoiding pedestrians. So, second river crossing. And we're north of the main river. On our right hand side we've got the bakery. Just there. I'm just thinking actually. No, it just looks like an escarpment. I'm going to double check that. So bakery just there. Just whiz up here. Just very curious about the biogas plant. I think it's just a field up here. Yeah, it's just fields, more escarpment, fields up there as well. There's nothing shown with the building or anything that looks like one. But this is the frustrating thing, because you've got these sell points with all this space around them. And you think, oh, that's brilliant, that'd be fantastic, we can put some placeables down, but it's just unfortunately not the case. Can't buy any of that. Yeah, a little bit frustrating. Maybe it'll get an update, that might get changed, I don't know. Then we've got, just there, we've got the pizzeria, and then we've got the supermarket sell point just there. And then just past here, there's a concrete area for placeables. So it's a placeable point you can buy, which is just there. Maybe that's where you can put a biogas plant. If you go for one of the smaller ones, small BGAs, you might be able to fit one in just there. So, we're now heading west. And this is another point where I was saying about it feels a little bit contrived. I need to go left here. If I go right, again, we'll see later on. We're currently sitting here. Now, if I go right and follow that, that takes me all the way across there, across this bridge, all the way up here to the GCHB grain elevator. But that's the only way to get to it. you can, well, as you're going to see, we're going to come around here. We can kind of cut up across here, but you're not supposed to. The landscape is awful for driving across here, and you've got fencing either side this roadway, which to me, well, I don't know whether you can remove the fence up here once you've bought it, but if you're doing work out here and you want to deliver, that means you've got to come all the way back down here to this point to then go all the way back up again. Like I say, it just feels in places a little bit, unfortunately, a little bit forced, I think. I know I'm on that sticky ground. People always say when I do map tours and mod reviews, you know, it's a map tour, map review, mods, mod review. If I'm reviewing them, I've got to give the good with the bad, which I try to find the best and the positive in everything. And I'm looking around the map, and the lighting's good, and the colour palette's good, and you know, it's a very different map with all the escarpments. And then if I do say negative stuff, then people are like, oh, why are you always being so negative about things? You can't really win, but it's the way it is. Biomass heating plant is just here. Now following the next escarpment round, which we couldn't climb up to, but if we follow the track round here now, we've got two kind of industrial estates, I guess, up on the hillside. Again, two very large areas that we can't purchase, which when you see them, you'll see what I mean. Plenty of open space here that you could put stuff in. Add more to it to make it a bit more immersive, but unfortunately you can't. We've got a cereal factory there, we've got our tailors just there, we've got our spinnery at the back there, and we've got our carpentry point just here, all part of the production chains. Then just up there we've got the next one, so we follow the track across, it will take us to that, and we'll continue our route around. Just got to remember where the turn was. Just here, I think. There we go. And up here, there we go. So the next point, we've got the grain mill over this side. We've got the grape processing unit just there. We've got our oil mill just there. We've got a sugar factory, sugar mill just there. And we've got our dairy just here. So where are we? Well, we went past that little turning that I just talked about. So we came through the town up here. We've gone along there to the biomass heating plant. We followed the track round. We've done that section there. We've then come back out, come up. We've done this section here. We're now going to come back down and follow this track along here, which is going to take us out to the sawmill. If I can find the track. It's definitely there. I drove past it twice when I was checking them out. So if we take the fork there. I'll keep an eye out for it, 'cause on the left in a second. That's it. I think there might be it there. Yeah, kind of. Like I said, quite overgrown. It's like going to the Batcave on the original, like the 1960s one, wasn't it? I think it's here. Yeah. There's tracks all over the place here. And we're at the sawmill. There we go. Sawmill here. Bring in your logs. Get your pallets of planks and wood chip as your byproduct, should you wish. From the sawmill, you're now head round, and I'm going to show you what I meant about. There's a fence there. Where's the track? There it is. It's here somewhere. There we go, and back up onto the main pathway. So, the bit I was talking about to get to the GCHB grain elevator. Come across here, there's a really nice bit here. I really like it, where the river has kind of burst its banks and flooded. Got a little bit of water here, but then we come down here, and the trackway is actually flooded from the river. I think it's a really nice touch. Now that bridge is the bridge that you come along, like I said, and it takes you across there out to GCHB. But there's not a point along here that takes you up to there, so you have to. Oh, hang on. So maybe we'll get up there. It might do. Let's see if we can get up there. I don't think we're supposed to, but because I think we've then got to come down. because it's quite steep. Well, we might be alright this end. Oh, there's a fence there. Yeah, it's a fence either side of that, so I can't get in that way. That's annoying. Let's find another way in. I went further along when I was checking the map, but I thought there might be an easier way of doing it, which is not right. Continuing, we're heading north up the map. Where's I coming from? About here, I think it was. You'll see what I mean about the ground being a bit unforgiving here. It's incredibly bumpy. I don't think it's designed to be doing this. You've got the Land Rover mods, the Santanas, all the little Willys Jeep mods. Might be a little bit easier. But you don't want to be doing this with tractors and trailers and stuff like that. So as you'll see as we come over the top, again, it's in a bit of a bowl. You can't really get into it particularly easily. But that's the GCHB grain elevator. There is down here, the track, other than this side where you could sweep down there, it's got fencing either side of it, which runs the full length. So we're here, the full length, all the way along there, crosses the bridge, then all the way out to here, to there. So that's where we're at the moment. From here, I'm going to head across the map to there, to the last of the sell points. I'm still looking, thinking where might there be a biogas plant, but there's nothing there. It's forestry. I think pretty much. So let's go back up to the pickup. I've just got to hope I can get this back out without rolling it. That's the last thing I need when I'm so close to the last sell point. Don't mess it up. You've got one job. There we go. Right, let's hoon across here. More open ground. Well, the last of the sell point. Whoa, careful! The last of the sell points that we're heading to is the Fromage de Lune cheese dairy, and that's tucked away somewhere up here. So there's another one. We've got another turning coming up. I think it's just here. There we go. Just there. Fromage de Lune cheese dairy. It's just here. Turn the engine off. Hop out. So we are now all the way up there. Come across from there, across the countryside, past that rock, up through the trees there, and up to here. And that's the map. We've been around the whole thing, taking it all in. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.